Hey there everybody, this package just arrived late yesterday, so I'm kind of on the fly today. This is like a bed of my truck review, I guess. I'm not going to do the full review back here obviously, but I just wanted to get this open. I already cut the tape right here. We'll take a look at it and see what's in the box. There it is. All right, it's a bit windy out here today, so bear with me. Not a lot of packing stuff in there. Let's see. Okay, this is the Rough Ryder RR2585. This is their survival knife. Ooh, there it is. Look at that. Looks like that kind of grayish green. They usually call it foliage green on the pouch here, but then it has the olive drab, like military green on the outside. Looks like a inflatable pack that's been crushed, but all right, give me a second here. Get this, let's do this real quick. It's got a retention strap here that goes over the guard. Then you have the upper hand strap there. Alright, there it is out of the package, or out of the sheath, I mean. Looks like this plastic's all falling apart. Okay, look at that. It says Rough Ryder. And then on this side, RR2585 China. What's weird is it looks like stainless steel on this handguard, but if you look down into those drilled out holes, it looks like they got a little brass eyelet in them, which is kind of unique. You don't usually see that. This handle, that's like a really dark metallic green. I don't think it's showing up too well. It looks black in the camera, but it's actually dark metallic green. So dark it practically is black, which is kind of cool looking. All right, it is a stainless steel blade. It has a hollow grind. You see how steep of a grind that is, just feeling it. Yeah, it's not a very steep hollow grind. It's very shallow, so doesn't feel like much of a hollow grind at all. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's a saber and then just that secondary bevel there, you know. But yeah, that's good because it gives you a little meat behind the edge there, so it's got some strength as far as that goes. Has 2 holes drilled in it, which I don't know if that's for helping you lash it to a spear maybe or something, or if it's just for looks. It's got a kind of like serrated knife edge up here for like cutting cord and stuff, paracord and things like that. It's like a chisel because it's only serrated on the one side. Really, actually the saw, I thought the saw was going to be a lot thinner. It's actually pretty stout. And it's smooth going this way and rough when you go this way. So on the pull cut, when you pull it towards you, that's when it'll saw. It's got a fuller on both sides of the blade, kind of a teardrop shaped fuller, which looks pretty cool, I gotta say. Wow, I'm actually kind of impressed with this knife. You look down it. It looks really, actually looks really straight. And of course, it's a hollow handle survival knife. It's with a screw-on pommel cap there. Let's take that cap off and see if there's anything in there. Okay, everybody, we're back inside. It was a little too windy and I had to make an emergency run there. So, let's get back to where we left off. I guess now that we're inside, we will get some measurements. See how you can see that this is kind of green in here? Outside, it tended to look more black, but it's actually a metallic dark green, like a forest green or a hunter green. It looks really cool. But you know what, real fast first we'll look at this sheath. Oh wow, you get some survival gear there. Compass. And what's that? One of those little wire saws. Basically worthless, but you know, they got one in there. What else is down in there? Oh, check it out, paracord and a little survival kit. And that's it, there's nothing else down in there. It's just an empty pouch, but that's quite a bit of stuff. That's cool, it's like a necklace. Get it open here. I wouldn't say it's like a high-end compass or anything, but it's adjustable. Decent little compass. Everyone's familiar with those wire saws from like 80s survival knives. You get one of those in there. And you get a little paracord. I don't know if it's enough to maybe take some of the inside strands out. You could use it for kindling or maybe set a trap, like a snare trap or something. Like a deadfall or something like that, you know. Get some fishing line, I see. I don't know what test that is, but you do get it. What's all in there? Oh, sewing needle. Couple big sewing needles. Look at that. Really big ones. You could stitch yourself like Rambo. This looks like a whistle. Check that out. And you can wear it like a necklace. Little weenie whistle. I mean, hey, if you blow it hard enough, that's pretty loud. You get Q-tips, which look like they have iodine in them, I think. I think these are the kind you crack and the iodine floods down to the tip, and then you can put it on your wound. So there's about, what, 1, 2, 3 of those individually sealed. Like, that's actually a quality. That's good right there. I like that. And you get a couple lead sinkers and a handful of little fishing hooks. 3 lead sinkers and about 4 fishing hooks, 5 fishing hooks. Not bad. That's an alright little survival kit. Plus, you know, this stuff here. Alright. You get a plastic sheath that looks like an M9 type bayonet sheath. That same style, it's in that grayish green, that foliage green color. And, oh, you get an Arkansas stone, sharpening stone on the back. Not bad. For the money, I'm actually liking what I'm seeing so far. This is kind of like a Bianchi clip, or Bianchi, however you say it, Bianchi, like you would get with a buck knife. And this is just so you can hook it to your belt without having to take your belt off. It's just like a knockoff version of it, but I mean, hey, it'll do the job. Apparently this is all adjustable. You got extra cordage there. Oh, and if you want to just take the knife off your belt real quick and leave this attached, you can do that. So, you know, not bad. I see a weep hole down in there. And I heard that you can use these also. You can blow through them and use them like a fire bellow. And, you know, it directs the air more like a sharp stream when you're trying to get a fire going, perhaps in wet conditions. So, yeah, you get a lot of stuff right there. Now, let's see, what's the knife all about? Get some of this shit out of the way. But, oh, all right, there's stuff in the knife too. How do you get it out? I don't know. There you go. Oh, yep. windproof matches, a ferro rod. It's not even that tiny of one either. It's an okay sized ferro rod. The cap feels excessively lightweight. It is aluminum, but pretty lightweight. And you get a little rubber O-ring there to seal the water out. Make sure this is in focus. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fireproof matches and a striker. A little piece of paper striker in there, you know, to strike the matches on. And they're sealed in plastic, which is pretty nice. I mean, this is a heck of a kit. What's down in there? Can you see in there at all? Give me 1 second here. Okay, let's see. You got some light here. If I can get that light in there just right. That's what the inside looks like. You can see the tang, that little rectangle dead center looks like a pupil of a cat's eye. That's the tang sticking through what looks like an aluminum plug. And then it's just smooth, pretty thick aluminum handle. Like, that doesn't look too thin or chintzy at all. But let's do this real quick. I have this skewer, just a wood skewer. Stick it down in there. Now let's see. I'll try to hit just on that. There we go. Right there at that line. That's how far down it goes to the top of the tang, which is about right there if you take it up to the top. So that's about how far in the tang sticks up. So just shy of this top line there. And then if you go beside it, you go past that line and it goes all the way down. Well, that wasn't quite an accurate mark earlier, but it goes down to about there. So you have that much extra beside it. So I was thinking about, I figured I would customize this. So if I put some 5,000 pound per square inch epoxy down in here, I got at least that much space extra from the tang to there to completely bury the tang and seal it in there better. So I'll probably fill it up to maybe right at that line, maybe just a hair more. And that will stop that from twisting or popping out as easy. Got no room to move with this tripod, but yeah. So that should lock that in place just a little bit better. Not that it's bad at all. I put on Kevlar gloves and I tried to twist this handle off, but it's on there. I can't seem to get it off. You probably have to put it in a vise or something, because I'm assuming it screws off. But yeah, regardless, that's not a bad knife at all for the money. I wouldn't say it's cheap, being that it comes in around 55 to 60 bucks, but you get a lot of stuff in here. And it seems like it's pretty well done for the most part. I mean, when you consider what it is, they didn't put a compass in the handle, but that's a good thing because those rarely work anyhow. And if you use the pommel to smash anything, that usually destroys the compass. So it's better to have the compass in your sheath, and that's exactly what they did. I think if I do fill this with some epoxy though, I'm not sure if this survival kit will fit. I might have to trim it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, you get a lot of stuff in there anyhow. Pretty neat. I like just the overall look of it. Yeah, I thought this was a real hollow grind, but it feels like it's just a very, not so much, like if it is, it's very shallow. You can hardly even feel it, which is pretty cool. That seems to be maybe not the greatest notch saw or root saw in the world, but it's sharp on those edges. This is 90 degrees, so you'll be able to strike a ferro rod like nobody's business there. You could also use any of these serrations. It is a little thin at the tip, so I probably wouldn't like pry with it too much, you know. But this is more of a fighting knife and a survival knife, and you know, less of a hardcore bushcraft knife. It is a bit slick and round in the hand. It has that like knurling on there, but still a little slick, like it can turn. So gloves would help, or you could put a Ranger band on here. Even a piece of Ranger band would be enough to give you just super secure grip. But yeah, for the money, I think Smoky Mountain Knife Works has this, and so does eBay. There's several sellers on eBay. I think that's who I got it from. It was like Survivor Hand on eBay. So if you want to get one, like a pretty decent budget-friendly survival knife, like 80s style hollow handle survival knife, you know, I'd say this, from what I'm seeing so far, it seems better than the Harbor Freight one. That's for sure. It's right up there with the Ramster from Rothko. So not too bad for the money, you know. Measurements you're looking at, let's do it over here. You're looking at 6 1/8 on the actual cutting edge. And then the blade all the way up to the handguard is about 7 3/8, almost 7 3/8, just shy of it. And the overall knife is about 12 1/4 out to the back of this pommel. So not bad, pretty good size knife. Handle where you would grip it is about almost 4 1/2. Decent size handle. The width of the blade is 1 1/2 inches on the dot. Make sure that's in focus. And the thickness of this steel stock is 3/16, just under a quarter. Nice fat 3/16 of an inch. So yeah, I mean, check it out. Got my through night flashlight here. My little what was this? The Archer Pro V2. It's a neat little knife. I mean, a neat little flashlight, excuse me. Yeah, I really like these. Usually keep them with any survival kit that I got. It's so weird how this looks like it's black most of the time, but it's actually that really dark green. Looks cool. This can go in either way. And I believe this is adjustable, yep. So this can swing either way. I don't know if it was meant to be, because it's stitched, but it seems like it would work. I'm right hand, so I'll throw it in this way. Just give this a try real quick. Oh yeah, you can do it this way. So either way will work. This is how it comes. And then, so it doesn't fall forward when you're wearing it, because this is what you're going to get when it's on your side. You obviously have to snap the top snap, and then that keeps it upright. So, but it can swing a little bit to get out of your way. Yeah, I think this is worth the money from what I'm seeing. So far, so good. I mean, wow. It's not bad at all. I'm glad I picked this up. Okay, everything together, the knife, the sheath, all the survival gear is 1 pound, 9.5 ounces. And the knife, just by itself, is 13.2 ounces. It does have that little bit of survival gear in there, though. So probably about 13 ounces without that gear in there. Yeah, the only thing that this is lacking is a flashlight. You know, you can't expect everything for that little bit of money. But if you pick up one of these little bad boys, rechargeable, super great little flashlights, you could add that to your kit, you know. So yeah, I would recommend that. That's pretty nice. All right, real quick, let's do a paper cutting test to see if this arrived sharp. I did wipe the oil off the blade. Seemed like there was a touch on there, but we'll see if it came sharp at all. It will cut paper. It's not terrible. I've had worse, I'll tell you. It's a touch toothy. It could use a strop. but it will cut paper. It's nothing to write home about. Right there, it feels like there's a burr somewhere right in there. But it's not too shabby. I've seen a lot worse than this. Okay, here it is beside an M9 Ontario bayonet. Kind of in the same size, about the same width. This might be a hair thicker. This is noticeably heavier. The Ontario weighs about twice as much. But yeah, get a similar style sheath. That's for size comparisons because a lot of people have the Ontario knife. Here it is beside a Buck Frobus 188. This is also a bayonet, an M9 bayonet. Get them lined up there. So you get a little bit more handle length with the Buck. Blades are pretty similar, about the same. And of course the Buck head does have a fuller on that side, whereas this knife has a fuller on both sides. And the only reason I'm comparing it to M9s is because I got all my main survival knives packed away at the moment. Alright, here it is beside a cold steel drop forged survivalist in 52-100 carbon steel. These are made in Taiwan, still excellent blades. This here is made in China, like I said, but both are considered a type of survival knife, you know. And here it is beside my SE5, which is a tank of a knife. And I bring this out strictly because it's one of my favorite survival knives. I have an SE10 in here. I keep the flashlight on here, got the big ferro rod. So I got all kinds of survival stuff with this knife. And these are just excellent, well-made blades. So of course this would be one of my survival knives. Okay, here it is beside the K-Bar Slabby, which everybody is all talking about. It's all the rage right now. Completely different knives. The K-Bar is in D2, I think. Maybe, I can't remember. Oh, shit. But I got the custom Carroll scales on it. See, is that about the same length? Yeah, I think this one's a hair longer. But just for size comparisons there. Okay, here it is beside the Mora Garberg Grand. For size comparisons there. And here it is beside the Ontario Gen 2 SP46 Skinner. I think it's actually called the Boar Skinner. It's in 5160 steel, made in the USA. It just says Skinner on this one though. And here it is beside the Fallkniven A1X. And this is a really sturdy, really high-end survival knife, even though it's not a hollow handle one, obviously. But this is in the laminated cobalt steel, and it has a black diamond hard DLC coating on it. It's like the blackout version. It's very thick, full tang, exposed pommel, saber grind with a convex from the saber line down. It's just an awesome survival knife. sheath is designed to endure the most extreme temperatures without becoming brittle. One of the only downsides is it does lock in place. Let me say that first. So you lock it in place, so now it can't fall out. But you get a little rattle with them. A lot of people don't like the rattle, which is understandable. Can't be very stealthy with that. But that's an excellent survival knife, you know, just to compare it to a fellow survival knife. Well, there you have it, everybody. It's the Rough Ryder RR2585. This is the hollow-handled survival knife, and it's a pretty good one. Like, considering it's a budget knife from China, like, it seems like it's all right. It's supposed to be D2 steel, but that's not marked anywhere on the product or the packaging, so I can't guarantee that, you know. But if it is D2, like, this is a heck of a knife. Like, I'm really liking this for the money. You could strike a ferro rod down here at the bottom too, in that choil area. But yeah, not bad at all. It comes with a lot of survival gear, and of course you could add your own, substitute what they got for what you want to put in there. Maybe you want to put band-aids or water treatment tablets. Like, who knows what you might want to put in there. Flashlight, like I said earlier. But yeah, with a sharpening stone and everything, I mean, what the heck? It's not a bad budget knife. And like I said, I'm going to add that 5,000 pound per square inch. It's like 5,300 pounds or something, at least up to this line, just to make sure that that is really fused in there. It's just JB Weld makes it. Get the black stuff. It's the extra tough weld. So yeah, I'm going to probably do that this evening, let it set overnight, and it should be pretty darn good by tomorrow. But I think you could do a heck of a lot worse than this survival knife for the money if you're into these 80s style Rambo hollow handle survival knives, you know. Well, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing review.
This is Joe Doomsday signing out.